Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 53. Shrutivit pratipannate yada stasyati nischala samadho achala buddhihi tada yogam avapyasi. Lord Krishna states, Shrutivit pratipannate. Shruti means Vedas. In Vedas there are three parts: Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, Upasana Kanda. In Karma Kanda, various religious austerities are there. You do this karma, you will get this benefit. You do this karma, you will get this benefit. You do this karma, you will get this benefit. And so on and so forth. So many are there. That is full of Karma Kanda. Phalashruti. So people get attracted to it. I will do this, I will have this benefit. I will do this, I will have this benefit. But that is not the goal. The goal is Jnana Kanda. The goal is Upasana Kanda. You have to reach Atman. You have to reach a stage in your life. Aham Brahmasmi. I am that Atman. The merger of Jivatma and Paramatma should take place. How far you will continue with this Karma Kanda and austerities? You have to put an end to it. That is only beginning. Only to drag you from this materialistic world to the Adhyatmic world, to the religious world. But that is not the goal. That is not the end. So this verse says, Sutivit pratipannate. When your mind is not disturbed by Shruti, this Vedas Karma Kanda, pratipannate. No, it should not be disturbed. Shrutivit pratipannate, te means yours. Te means yours. Pratipannate, not infringed. By what? By Vedas Karma Kanda. Shrutivit pratipannate yada sthasyati nischala. Yada, when. Sthasyati, remains. Nischala, steadfast. What? Your intellect, your buddhi. Where? Samadho in Atman. Samadho in Atman. When your intellect is established, nischala, steadfast in Atman, tada yogam avapyasi, tada, then yogam avapyasi. That can be said a stage of Brahman. Yogam here means the merger of Jivatma and Paramatma. Avapyasi, you will get it. Question: when we will get Atman? When we will realize Brahman? What is the goal? The goal is salvation. When we will realize that stage, when we are not attracted by the flowery language of the Vedas, by the Karma Kanda part. By doing Karma Kanda part, we must elevate ourselves to the Jnana Kanda, Upasana Kanda. We must practice self-realization. A student who is going to class 1 or kindergarten must go to class 2, class 3, class 4, then 10th, then plus 2, then graduation, then post-graduation, then PhD. He should not say, I will restrict myself to kindergarten only. This Karma Kanda part of Vedas is nothing but kindergarten level only. That will never give you the realization of Atman. That only brings you from the materialistic world to the religious world. But our goal is not to limit and restrict there only. So here Lord Krishna says, Yada tada, Yada tada, Yada, when. What? Your intellect remains steadfast. Where? Samadho, in Atman. In Atman, Nischala, totally steadfast. Achala, steadfast. Nischala, achala. Two adjectives God has used. To reconfirm, try, your mind is totally steadfast in Jnana Kanda, in Upasana Kanda. Not getting disturbed by Sutivit pratipannate, Vedas Karma Kanda. Tada, at that time, Yogam avapyasi, you will realize the Atman. You will realize the Atman. To realize the Atman, what I have to do? I have to practice my mind. My mind and intellect should remain constant, steadfastness in Atman, without getting disturbed by the Shruti, Vedas. When your mind is no longer disturbed by the flowery language of the Vedas, and when it remains fixed in the trance of self-realization, then you will have attained the divine consciousness. That is a test. Every day we are listening so many lectures, so many Vedas, so many teachers are there, spiritual teachers are there, so many methods are there. Sometimes we feel this is good, sometimes we feel that is good, sometimes we feel another thing is good. We get tossed up. Our mind does not remain constant. We are unable to come to a conclusion, what is the correct path? We see a small child growing physically from 1 year to 2 years to 3 years to 4 years to 10 years to 16 years, youth, 20 years youth, 25 years youth, 30, 40, 50, 60, then old age, 70, 80. This growth of the body we are observing with our own eyes every day in the society. In the same manner, he goes to the school and develops his mind. Somebody becomes a doctor, somebody becomes engineer, somebody becomes a chartered accountant, somebody becomes a professor, lecturer, so on and so forth. So many educational qualifications we are acquiring. So, we are trying to grow physically. You try or don't try, you will grow physically. Then you get school education and grow mentally. Where is the spiritual growth? Where is the spiritual growth? There is no professional guidance in spiritual growth, whereby we get distorted. Our mind does not remain constant. This verse says, the way you are going physically, mentally, also you are required to grow spiritually. The test of spiritual growth is, if you keep one lamp, a candle, under a fan, full wind is blowing, the candle also leaks here and there. It moves. But there is no air. The light of the candle remains constant. In the same manner, spirituality means we must develop like a candle without air. The way a candle remains constant without air, in the same manner, our mind should also remain constant. Vedas promise us various sense enjoyments by doing the pujas. Vedas also promises in heavenly abodes we'll enjoy more senses. So long we are running after the senses, either in this materialistic world or in the heavenly abodes. So long we are running after the materialistic pleasures, either in this abode or in heavenly abode, the Atman cannot be achieved. All pleasures are temporary. They come, they go. Permanently nothing will remain. Permanently will remain only one thing, that is Atman. You are Jivatma. You are part and parcel of Paramatma. You are not independent of that Almighty. Every drop of the ocean is also part of the ocean. So we must start realizing spiritually, thinking that I am part and parcel of that Paramatman. Happiness and distress should not disturb our mind. That is only possible when we develop spiritually what this verse says. So concentration we must develop. Next, Samadhi. Samadhi means 100% in Krishna consciousness. This verse further supports that you are not required to do the ritualistic practices which Veda says. If you practice Krishna consciousness, if you practice Samadhi, if you practice spiritualism in real sense, you are not required to do any religious austerities. Sarvadharman parityajya mam ekam saranam vraja. Come to me, Lord Krishna has showed in Bhagavad Gita. Don't think of formalities. Don't think of karma kanda. Concentrate your mind on me. So once we start practicing of God realization, definitely we'll reach this particular Samadhi level. So what is the take home? Take home is our goal is not materialistic enjoyment. Our goal is not heavenly abode and enjoyment. Our goal is merger with Lord Krishna. Our goal is merger of Jivatma with Paramatma. Our goal is to realize that I am not this body, I am not this mind, I am not this intellect, I am Atman. I am Atman. That stage will come the moment we start the practice of spirituality. That is, go above Karma Kanda, go to the Jnana Kanda and Upasana Kanda. If you restrict yourself to Karma Kanda only, you will always be disturbed. You can never reach the state of Samadhi. That is the concept of this particular verse. To conclude, Shruti Pratipannate, Shruti means Vedas. Vedas, Karma Kanda should not disturb your mind. Point number 1. Point number 2, your mind and intellect should remain achala, constant in Samadhi. Point number 3, that Samadhi state is measure of Jivatma and Paramatma. That is salvation. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.